everybody. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning, and I just wanted to share this cookbook with you. Have you ever felt that I just feel like I'm in a cooking rut? I feel like I make the same thing all the time, and so I started going through some of my cookbooks, and I have some cookbooks that are from like 1776. They're reprinted recipes. Hannah Glass is one, and then there's a few other ones that are from the 18th or 19th century. But this cookbook, it was published in the 1950s, and the recipes are really, really cool. But look at some of the pictures in the beginning. So it shows you, let's see, what does that say? Early American dining room. And this is the kitchen of tomorrow. Look how pretty that is. I'm sure that's wallpaper, but that is so pretty. And she's got stencil on the, look how pretty her kitchen is. And she's got stenciling all around the window. And it's hard to see what that says. But she's got a big scale in the corner. It's really pretty. There's a poke. Look at the seats on the stools. Very cute. There's polka dots everywhere. Last week I bought and froze some flounder, and this recipe really caught my eye in this cookbook. Place fish on hot greased plank, hickory, oak, or ash, or on heat-proof glass. Sprinkle with salt and pepper and melted butter. Bake as above. So I thought what I would do with the recipe is use this salt block. And a friend of mine gave me this several years ago, and I've never used it. And I just bought last week and froze some flounder, and I think this would be really good to try out. It says this is Himalayan salt block that was hundreds of millions of years in the making. So I guess they mine the pink salt, and then they carve it into individual blocks. And this one comes with a little tray. That's salt. And I had this in my pantry, and as I was going through the recipes, I thought, that might be kind of fun to try. The other thing it talked about in the recipe was to use a wooden plank, and I bought this years ago. This is cedar, and there are several planks on here. And it's still in the packaging, and I know this has got to be over 15 years old. So, this might be kind of fun to experiment with. So I will have to keep you posted. I wanted to share these little hand-quilted Christmas stockings with you. I have them hanging year-round in my kitchen, but these are all made from recycled old quilts, and they're tattered and stained, but I just think they're so pretty. They're just so precious. I love the lace on this one. Look how pretty that is. But I purchased these probably 20 years ago. There was a little craft village probably about a half hour from my house, And my friend Debbie and I used to go. They had all these cute little shops, and we would go and have lunch. I think they had a little tea room, and we would go through all the really cute little shops. And so when I purchased that quilt from the shop that I stopped at and filmed in West Virginia, this was kind of my plan, was to make little Christmas stockings, because I do have a lot of antique lace, and I just thought it would be really pretty. Now, these show the full on each side. They're using all the fabric from the quilt. And these pieces are actually pretty good. There's no rips or tears, but there's a lot of staining there. I just thought they were so pretty. And they just make me smile. I have them hanging in my kitchen on a little peg, and when I see them, I remember that day that I purchased them. I remember going there and visiting the little shops, and I just think it's a really nice way to preserve the handwork. I mean, look at all the beautiful stitches and all the patchwork. It's just so pretty. And this lace, oh my, I just love it. Okay, I'm trying to put this in the light so you can see it. These are little teddy bears. Again, I didn't make these. I purchased these at the little shop in West Alexander when they were still in business, and it was probably around the same time that I got the little Christmas stockings. This is a little more worn. You can see the tear by the ear, but he's so cute. He's got lots of stains. But what they did that's really interesting is they only used part of the fabric from the quilt, and then they used just a muslin for the backing. But these little guys are stuffed so full. Really full. And that one has a little bit of tears as well. So they're just so pretty. I know I'm not going to cut into the quilt that I just bought, but there are some that are very worn in so many places, and I just feel like it would just be really nice to be able to give it a new life so people could still enjoy them. I wanted to keep you updated on my hydrangea drying, and you can see there's still quite a bit of water in the vase, and they're still pretty, they've still got a lot of moisture in them, so I think it's going to take a while. But I am going to try to go today and find some grapevine. If I can't find any here, I know at in Bluefield in our backyard we have a grape arbor, so I can get some grapevine there, and I'll make the base for my wreath. And then once these are dried, I'll arrange these on the grapevine. I just wanted to show you this. I have had this little basket of hydrangeas for years, and every fall they have what's called a covered bridge festival, and they have a lot of the covered bridges open for tour, and they have crafters at different places. And so I purchased this many years ago, and I just thought in my little corner cupboard in my dining room that this would be the perfect place for this basket. And it's up high, and no one can bump it, so the hydrangeas are safe and they don't lose their petals. And I just wanted to share that with you. The blossoms on this are huge, and I just have always really liked that, and I think it's the perfect setting for in my dining room. I absolutely love working with beeswax and making candles, and I did a little experiment with doing some hand dipping of beeswax candles, and I think a few of these are, that one's definitely from a mold, but some of these are hand dipped candles, and I'll have some of these in my shop as well. I think they're so pretty. There is not a star in the sky. But we're back on the farm. Stephen and I drove up this afternoon. It's probably about 8:30, and it just started to rain. When we drove up, the temperature was about 75, and I think it's now in the 50s, and it's drizzling. So we had dinner at a little barbecue place it's very close to the farm. Well, close for me is 20 to 25 minutes from anything. But it's in the little town of Washington, and it's this barbecue place called Hogfather's. So we had dinner. We actually did takeout and brought it back here to the farm, and now we're just settling in, and we're sitting on the porch with a candle lit and just enjoying the fall night air. So I hope everyone has a beautiful, beautiful evening, and I will see everyone tomorrow. Bye for now.